like the sound. Why don't we shut the windows? What's that smell? Am I going to get sick from the smell? Every time you think, your mind attaches to some idea and it runs around with this idea. Now, all these thoughts are happening to you constantly, all day long. Are you a grown man? Right. Now, you think you're in control of your life. But you know what? You can't even control your thoughts for less than 30 seconds. So you tell me, right? Are you in control of your life? No, not really. Because I'm constantly thinking, constantly following my thoughts all over the place. Now, when I'm sitting here quietly, I can see my thoughts arising, and I can see my thoughts, oh, I thought about this, then I thought about the smell of the incense, I thought about the windows, I thought about the police car, zoom, 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 pulling my mind all over the place. But it's happening to me as soon as I leave here. I don't even know. There's so many thoughts in your head constantly, but you're not even aware of it. You're just doing, doing, doing. But you're thinking, 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 thinking. And what this meditation allows you to do is to recognize when you're thinking, so that you're able to think about the things that you need to think about and not think about the bullshit that you don't need to think about. And to be able to separate where your energy goes and to separate on the focus of what you want to do with your life.
Okay, so if the bullshit comes through, how do you stop it? Just try breathing harder.
Well, okay, so when it arises...
See, I don't think about I can hear the sounds of this, but I think about my own internal things.
Right, so this practice becomes not following the clock, not following the bird, not following the sound of the street. Can I mind my own business? Not other people's business. Where am I? That's what's important. Where's my mind? What's my problems? Don't worry about my problems, you worry about your problems. Right? So, Buddhism teaches us that we should be aware of what we see with our eyes, our ears, our nose, our ears. That's our world. Okay? That's our world. Right now, this is the only thing that I know that exists. Okay? I don't know if Lithuania exists. I don't know if Russia exists. I don't know if Donald Trump exists. I don't know. It's not right here. All I need to be able to handle is right here. Every moment, right here. What's in front of you, right now. If you can handle that, life's no problem. You don't have to worry about Ethiopia until you're in Ethiopia. Okay? Like that. So my life isn't so complicated. I just got to handle what's in front of me right now for this 1 minute. And then, not even that, 1 second. And if I can do it for 1 second, maybe I can do it for 2 seconds. When that 2 seconds is up, hey, maybe I can handle it for 10 seconds. Then I say maybe 10 seconds more. Just like when I'm in a bad situation, right? Hey, maybe I don't have to be in this. Maybe I can tell my boss to shut it, right? But I'm choosing not to. So I just remind myself, hey, you know what? I'm choosing to work for this guy for another 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, I'll decide if I'm going to quit then, right? But I'm in control. And what this practice allows you to do is it allows you to be in control of your situation, of your emotions, of your habit, your karma, which in turn will be in charge of your destiny, I guess.
Yeah, but last week I talked about that with you, and you said you can never be in charge. It's going to happen, it's going to happen.
That's not saying what
Energy
I...
and form, okay.
So you're saying, what we talk about is that we're saying that what you have control over, you have control over just a little bit of your direction. Say you want to go someplace, right? Say, no matter what I want to do, it's dependent on other people. I want to be a doctor. How do I become a doctor? I have to have school books. Somebody has to print them. There has to be a school to go to. There has to be a place. There has to be food to eat. There has to be people to take care of me. There has to be a place for me to sleep. So many things have to be there in order for me to go from point A to point B. So many things had to go right for you tonight. It's a miracle you all got here, right? They say, oh, I don't think it's a miracle, right? You had to wake up this morning. You had to eat. You had to have clothes. You had to have food, right? You had to have money in your pocket to get here, right? You had to have time. So you could have got hit by a car between your house and here. So many things could have happened today. Somebody could have died. Somebody could have lost a job. They weren't able to make it. But here you are. So the conditions were right for you to come. Now the conditions could be just as right for you not to come. But saying that my desire to want to be someplace doesn't guarantee it's going to happen, because trying to get from point A to point B isn't only dependent upon my wants and my desires. It's dependent on so many other causes and conditions that are happening in life of whether I can go from point A to point B. Regardless of how hard I'm trying to push and push through, it may be not, like we say, the stars aren't aligning. Because it's not dependent always on you. You can try your best, try your best, try your best. But you can also try your best and realize, hey, maybe this isn't going to work for you and you need to find another way. Right? And part of the practice is to recognize when you should maybe be pushing through and when you should be going around. And the more that we practice this sitting meditation, what you're going to find is you watch your own thoughts. You see your own emotions. Oh, I'm getting angry. Now I have a choice. Do I want to get angry or do I not want to get angry? I have a choice. Oh, wow, I'm feeling kind of frisky, right? Oh, do I want to get frisky or do I not want to get frisky? Everything arises. Oh, do I want to sit here longer or don't want to sit here a little bit longer? All of a sudden I'm seeing the choices versus like feeling like I'm stuck. I continuously have choices. So when we talk about depression, when we talk about feeling stuck, this practice allows you to feel like I'm never stuck. I always have choices.
I actually had a functional medicine, like an integrative medicine doctor who was also a yoga teacher. Because I was talking about, well, I'll talk to you about my sister, Sister Spine. She said there's a space between the stimulus and your response. It sounds like what you were talking about, where you make a decision. And that's where you have some control.
That's
seems
part
like
I just got too, like because I had today a situation that it probably shouldn't have stressed me out, but I went kind of berserk and my husband said, look how you're handling this, look how you're handling that. And then I thought, being here tonight, I'm saying, okay, that's what this is supposed to be for, to catch myself.
Catch yourself. This isn't like, when we talk about you talk about nirvana, right? You're looking for heaven, you're looking for peace. Look, if you can't find peace right now, you're never going to find it. Because you haven't found it this far in your life so far, and you're still not going to find it because it's not around the corner. It can only be found right now in this moment. And it's impermanent. So, that's why it's so elusive. Because happiness is elusive, because it's impermanent. And Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent. So every time you're trying to get to some place that makes you happy, you're going to struggle to get there, and then when you got there, you're going to struggle to keep it. And you're going to lose it. Okay? So trying to recognize, to be able to go with the flow, when it's good, and when it's not so good, it's not so good. The ability to accept the reality of the situation, of what your situation is, and whether it's good or whether it's bad, but to be present in the situation, because it's constantly changing. It becomes a practice of more of enjoying the ride, or not enjoying the ride, but being aware of what the ride is. The ride goes up and the ride goes down. The ride goes up and the ride goes down. So, I don't get nervous while it's going up. Woohoo, I'm so happy, the roller coaster's going up. Oh no, the roller coaster's going down. Oh no. I don't have the highs, the lows, highs, the lows. Of course it's going to go up. Of course it's going to go down. Of course you're going to have to get some extra money sometime. Sometimes you're going to lose some money. Something's going to break. Sometimes you're going to be in love. Sometimes you're not going to be in love. Okay? Sometimes things are going to work for you, and sometimes they don't. Right? So this ability to watch your life up and down, the practice really allows you to see your emotions, watch your thoughts, and to find out where is this path and this life that I'm choosing. Is it really all these high highs and low lows? Or, let's say we talked about the Bodhipaksha, right? So Bodhipaksha says, really, I'll tell you what, the truth is 3 problems. Everybody's got the same 3. I tell it to everybody. Money, love, and health. That's it. You won't come here if you don't have those problems, in most cases. Some people really want to meditate and become enlightened. Those people do come. But I run those people out there who really do practice, right? Who have not really problems. But in general, people that come to church, come to temple, come to synagogue, right? They have money problems, they got health problems, or they got love problems. You know what the Bodhipaksha said? The Buddha said, listen, if you're practicing religion or you're practicing meditation so that you don't get old, so that you don't get sick, so you get everything that you want and you don't lose the people and things that you love, right? You're practicing the wrong thing. You're not going to find it here because it's inherent in the human condition that you're going to get sick. It has nothing to do with God. Okay? Disease, cancer, everything. Right? Where'd it come from? It's natural. It's not unnatural. Okay? That's what the body's supposed to do. It will break down. It will happen. All of us. Happen to all of you guys too. Okay? Then saying, oh, I'm going to lose the people and things that I love. I'm going to be separated from it. Yep, I sure am. Everything that I hold dear, both the people, both my ideas. I'll get Alzheimer's. I won't even know who you are. I don't even know who I am. Right? My idea is going to disappear. All of my values are going to disappear. My life, my possessions are going to disappear. I lose even that. And then saying, well, of course that's going to happen. Why do you expect it not to happen? I lose my looks, lose your friends, lose your things. And he says you're not going to get what you want. So if you're praying to God so that things work out for you, that's like saying, well, I hope we win the war. You don't think the other team's saying, I hope we win the war too? They're praying just as hard. Right? Who's God favor, right? Right? So, saying that it's not dependent, those things, those conditions of what we have, it's inherent in our life that we're going to lose all of these things. But we pretend that we're not. So you spend your time trying to insulate yourself with family, with relationships, with money, with houses, security, savings accounts, life insurance, all kinds of ways we insulate ourselves to be like, hey, I'm stable and I'm safe. But fundamentally, life is dangerous. You're going to die. So this practice of recognizing kind of a constant awareness that what I think I'm trying to cultivate for myself, it is an illusion. It is a delusion. I'm cultivating it, and I'm not saying don't cultivate these things, but there has to be a second-hand awareness of watching when you're trying to build yourself. I'm trying to make myself safe. There's no safety in life. There's no safety in your jobs. You lose your job, you work 20 years, you get fired. Guess what? You can't find another job in the same thing. You make too much money, you're too old, right? You're an expert. So what? We'll find somebody younger and cheaper. Well, you know what's going to happen to me, right? But it happens. So things are constantly changing. Relationships, married 30 years. Well, I want a divorce now. Say what? How's this happen? Right? But it happens. So trying to build on these things that are permanent is to always recognize, constant awareness that everything is impermanent. Constantly changing, going to change. Maybe not today, maybe not in 50 years, maybe not in this lifetime for me, but it will change. So when I hear news that things have changed, people lose their jobs, of course I'm sad, or people die, or there's some kind of problem, or I have problems, I don't say to myself, damn, why is it happening? Of course it's going to happen. It's got to happen. I just say, I wish it wasn't happening to me right now. Right? I wish it was a little more safer. I wish I could save myself from certain things. But part of the practice, continual practice, is always reminding myself that I'm going to get old. I'm going to get sick. People I love, I'm going to lose. The things that I own, I'm going to lose. Just like these Buddhist statues. I never kid about this because someday they end up in a Chinese restaurant. Right? Somebody's garage sale. So you're thinking like they're so special, so whatever. You know what? At some point nobody's going to care. They're going to end up at, you'll see them in New York City. Right? You're like, oh, wow, it's so religious. People got crosses, from old churches, like hanging in their house as decoration. So it's not like, it's nothing special. So recognizing, oh, it's my most dearest possession. My dearest possessions, someone's going to eBay them up and it'll be like all of my like little treasures will be gone. Right? So recognizing, always keeping in your own mind, right, that someday I can have these things, but I'm also going to lose them. Then when I can have them, I can appreciate them, but I can also let them go. They don't own me. And the Buddha said, anytime you pick up anything, he said, only pick it up if you can set it back down. If you can't set it down, he said, don't pick it up in the first place. So don't buy that fancy car if you can't afford to let that fancy car go. Okay? Or you can't afford to let it get scratched. You can't make the payment for it. Right? Don't cause yourself all the suffering. Because if somebody really got money and they got a nice car, guess what? You'll see them. They'll pull out right in front of you. They don't care if they get hit. Okay? They got plenty of insurance on that car. Right? Go ahead and hit their car. Right? No problem. But for the guy or the gal who doesn't have insurance, who's making 3 jobs to make that car payment, you know what? They're parking like in the Target parking lot, like on the other side. Right? They got to walk a mile just to go in because they don't want anybody to park next to their car. So recognizing that the things that we own can also own us, right? So he said, ask yourself with the things that you have, could you let them go? And if you can let them go, then like your shirt, so I love that shirt, right? Your t-shirt. Now at some point, you're going to get some ketchup on it, it's going to get ripped, there'll be some paint on it. I can already see everything, right? Now, if I already know that, just like my uniform, right? some point it's going to get tore, sometime we'll drop some coffee on it, some food, something's going to happen, right? If I already see that, do you know what happens when it happens? I already know it's already there. The conditions just aren't right for it to manifest. Then when it happens, it happened. But I shouldn't be surprised, even though I am surprised. Oh, I didn't mean to do this. Of course it's going to happen. This can't last forever. This can't last forever. It's got stains all over it. And you can say, oh, your life becomes easier with the perception of how you're perceiving life. So in the next 10 minutes, how's that smelling here? I can't smell. I don't want anybody to get sick.
I have no